So Jose Mourinho's gone sort of public this weekend and made a bit of a deal about the likes of Chris Smalling and apparently Luke Shaw as well. He's talked a lot about whether players are fit enough to play and saying that some players have said they're not fully fit when basically everyone on the pitch has got a fitness issue in one way or another, and described as a cultural difference. Do we agree with this approach? What do you reckon?
No, I think that's one of his biggest downfalls, Mourinho, and probably one of the biggest causes of all the trouble at Chelsea, is he always has to come out and blame players and criticise players in public. You know, where you see managers like Slaven Bilic, Klopp, even Koeman, you know, they're not quick to make excuses and put things onto players. You know, they always bring it, no, listen, we're going to get better, or it was down to me, and that's where he loses players.
Mourinho historically wasn't like that though, was he? Mourinho was very good at bringing all the attention on him, whereas it seems odd, particularly so early in his career at United, for him to basically take a couple of players out and go, there you go.
But I think that shows you a couple of things. It shows you the pressure that he's under, and the fact, you know, that the results that they've had haven't been good enough, and then even getting dumped out of the what's it called, the Europa League.
But they out of that? No, they got beat.
All right, but you know what I'm saying. But
it's
losing
not
to,
now, mate.
Are they not out of that?
No.
It's
not the first
UEFA Cup either.
It's not the first cup anymore.
UEFA Cup. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. But he, you can see he's under pressure, and they've been getting a lot of bad results. So I think that it's probably a little bit about that. And when he used to stick up for those at Chelsea, that was a team I think that was kind of carrying out his instructions, and he was very much in touch with them. This isn't his team yet.
Yeah.
I think that something needs to give with that Rooney, his Zlatan thing. It's almost like it was Rooney's team for quite a long time. Now Zlatan's coming in, he's taking penalties, and Rooney's sitting on the bench. So I think that I think it will get worse before it gets better at United.
Yeah, I mean, look, Liverpool did something similar with Daniel Sturridge, and Klopp came out and said that Sturridge needs to learn the difference between sort of pain and real pain. And look, it's taken a long while to get Sturridge back. Sure, yeah, exactly. Just basically kick him in the balls a few times and remind him that's kind of no, childbirth is horrendous. Let's not go there. But he had to help redefine that, because there are some players I think who won't automatically run through brick walls. But again, I just think so early on to be so public on that. I don't know what kind of attitude, what mentality that creates within the players.
Luke Shaw seems to be the major one. He's had problems with him since the start.
Didn't Van Gaal question his fitness
as
well?
Well, he's always been fat, hasn't he? Let's be honest, he is a little fat fella. And then obviously he broke his leg. That didn't help. He was probably right on the Jaffa cake straight after. He just seems to have had that a running problem with him. But if he's seen it all the time in training, those players are like making excuses, then maybe he's had just come to the end of his rope and he's just had to put it out there.
Is it done to get the fans on side to some extent? Because fans actually love to hate players, don't they? Really, you know, we've always got to have one or two in your squad that you can't stand for whatever reason. So it's probably, you know, from that perspective, it actually he's taken the pressure off himself, which is I think that's an Mourinho thing to do, and gone, well, I don't really like them too anyway. So fuck it, the fans may as well hate them and use them as the reason, because he's basically, I think did he play Ashley Young at right back and Darmian
the
at left back?
Was mad.
But he's like, Ashley Young's not a right back and Darmian's not a left back. Yeah, Darmian's a right back, mate. Put him at fucking right back, and Ashley Young put him at. You know,
didn't he?
It's like no, exactly.
Phil Jones isn't even a footballer.
He's a footballer, but this is the point. I do genuinely think I feel as though he's actually gone, I'm going to basically put these guys out there to divert all of the attention. It takes the heat off him.
But then it doesn't motivate them. I mean, it's a management no-no. You know, imagine working in an office and then the manager coming out and going, Jeff's been shocking this week. He hasn't shown any commitment.
Yeah, but Jeff's a knobhead. Jeff's a knobhead.
I think though that there's mention it in a context outside of football, I think is a good thing, because I think that great management, it doesn't matter what the subject matter is, and there is obviously a bit of carrot and a bit of stick sometimes, and I think that if somebody is kind of taking the piss and not performing and things aren't going right, if they've been performing for a long period of time before that, that's when you might actually go, oh, it's my fault, and kind of work with them behind the scenes and get them to be kind of a little bit more indebted to you.
I think the other thing are private.
But if you're not getting out and the team's not performing, actually sometimes to throw someone under the bush and put a bit of pressure that way probably is wise as well.
I think the thing I would say though is that maybe he's just in tune with the Man United fans. Maybe the Man United fans are saying this. Maybe Man United fans are, social media or the rest of us saying, Luke Shaw, not pulling his weight, or Smalling's a decent defender, but he's not pulling. And maybe he's just buying into that.
Yeah, maybe.
And playing the game.
It is tough though, because a year ago, Smalling was considered one of their better players in the squad. And look, Luke Shaw, he's not because of his injury problem, his injury and pie problem.
Yeah, he's definitely got a pie problem. Definitely,
but. There are not many football clubs who wouldn't have bought him from Southampton at the time, albeit you wouldn't want to pay £30 million for him. Like
the Haribo clause in his contract, though, is just ridiculous.
When did he come out and say this, Baddo? Was it before the game?
This is around, I think
before the game.
It might have been post-match, I can't remember.
I think it might have just been to the journalist, but
yeah.
But on the same thing, he's like.
But what I'm saying is, did he get the reaction he wanted out of the players?
Well,
if he said it before the game and then they won 3-1, maybe it was.
There's no way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing.
I think he said it afterwards to Man United TV or something.
Right.
And then on the other hand, now he's praised Zlatan and said, we asked about him. He said, well, no, he knew he was going to score goals. I just would love to know what he would have said if Zlatan would have connected with Phil Jones's face in the celebration. Yeah. That would have been truly amazing. Have you seen the celebration?
No.
He does a high flying karate kick to Phil Jones's face. It's amazing. But the technique is absolutely...
Well, he does actually
I know, but if you see the picture, he's like properly... And Phil Jones just go... Imagine Phil Jones's face if he connected.
You seen his face?
Phil Jones is ugly. I reckon he'd take his chances with that. It's a coin flip for him. He'd have taken that. He might have looked
that'd been the greatest moment of Phil Jones's face if he connected.
Just basically crane kicked him in the face.
It was amazing though.
Yeah. He's just basically taking them down like the Cobra Kai gym. But yeah, no, it would have been... Just on the side note, because I've been critical... Pain does not exist in this dojo. I've been critical of that, and in the past, whereas I heard his post-match interview when he talked about getting the yellow card, and he was like, he told me it was physical in the Premier League. Every time I'm physical, I get a yellow card.
Do you know what though? I'm gutted that slightly. I was watching the MLS last night. It was the playoffs, and someone came out after the game and they were asked about the game. And he went, he basically said, we knew these were shite. They'd won the league, but we knew these were shite in the playoffs. Where's the old Zlatan? And we need a bit more of that in the Premier League. Need a bit of old Zlatan coming back, telling people how it is.
Yeah.
I miss that. I want him to kick people in the face and
see, maybe they should have sent him out. Listen, Chris Smalling and Luke Shaw are just not better, not problem. Everyone would have gone, okay, Zlatan, that's fine. Absolutely no problem.
I went for an all-you-could-eat buffet with Luke Shaw. 5 hours later, we were still there.
He's still there now.
The guy wanted to shut the shop.
Yeah, all you can eat from a 6-inch plate. He brought a 10-inch plate.
Yeah, he brought Alan Partridge's plate.
Yeah, let's know then. Again, I think ever at the minute, particularly the media, are looking for cracks in the Mourinho facade, and I think it could be viewed one or two ways. I think you can look at it and say it's another unusual set of behaviours for me, or you could say it's got the act of, normally looks to galvanise the squad, but is he using it to galvanise the fan base more importantly, because they're going to be the key to him staying in the job more than anything. Let us know if you believe one way or the other, or a completely different way in the comments below.